Still going to be a dope time. All right, let's start off with OpTic versus the Breach. All right. So, personally, I have OpTic Texas winning this tournament. Do I think it's going to be easy? No, because majors are never easy to win. You got to be playing some pretty high-level Call of Duty to be able to win games. But I do have Texas winning right now. Wait, how do I add like maps? What the hell? I have to log in? Oh, really? I don't even know if I have an account for this shit. I'm not a robot. Two-step factor. Oh, dude, I'm so fucking clutch. It's unbelievable. All right, we're already in. I literally guessed my first password first time. It's actually... All right, so I think this is going to be a close series. So what scares me about Boston is that Boston, they played OpTic Texas online. Boston outslayed us, but we end up winning the series. My one concern is that I hope that the play styles don't change on land. So we saw them at the major. They got second. They look fucking fantastic. I just hope that everything stays the same, because some people, when they get to land, they play slower. Some people, when they get to land, they play faster. If they play at the same pace, I got a 3-1 right here. I got a 3-1. Boston, I could have winning the control. If Boston can win I don't think Boston is going to win a hard point. I don't think they're going to win a hard point. They have a chance to, but with the form that Texas looks like they're in hard point right now, I don't see them winning a hard point. So Boston, I think if they want to win this series, they're going to have to Neslo it. They're going to have to 2-3-5. The only weakness that OpTic's really shown lately is kind of control, and even their controllers look pretty solid. But I have them 3-1ing here. I have Boston winning the control. They're gonna play an Elisilo control, probably map number 3, unless Boston vetoes it because they just played it online. I got a 3-1. Kremp's first land as well in the CDL. He's going up against OpTic. You got to take some of these things into account. Next up, this series is an interesting one. It's a fucking interesting one. Legion versus New York. Both teams have been looking pretty solid as of late. It's a hard one to call. Dude, I think Vegas has the advantage in this series solely because of Search and Destroy. I think New York's been struggling a little bit in Search and Destroy. I think New York might be the better respawn team, but marginally. And if it goes game 5, I got Vegas, and I could easily see it going game 5. I see Vegas stealing at least one of the first 2 respawns. But the thing about Vegas is that they're so bad at control that it could come to bite them. Vegas might lose all 3 respawns here, because Vegas is very bad at control. Probably the worst in the league. So do we think Vegas can win both searches and steal a hard point? Is basically what we're asking ourselves right here. Do we think that? Because I don't think there's a chance in hell they win the control. They could. Obviously, there's a chance. But if I'm going to put Vegas winning this, for some reason, I think they're going to close it out in a game 5. But I could very, very, very easily see New York coming in and stomping them. I could see that future. I don't think Vegas is going to come in and steamroll New York. But I could see New York come in and steamroll Vegas. And if they don't, I think it's going to be a 3-2 to the Legion. That's my take on it. This series, this is an easy one. Røkkr, They go round 11 versus FaZe. They almost reverse sweep them, but I think Thieves right now are the second best team in the game. From current form, I think Thieves take this pretty convincingly over the Røkkr. I don't know if I see New York losing a respawn. So if I'm thinking about the respawns between New York and Vegas, we're probably going to get like a, I don't know, maybe like a hotel hardpoint, a Mercado hardpoint maybe. I'm trying to think of the hardpoints that'll be in that series. I think hotel will definitely be in. I'm just not sure with the other maps. Maybe Embassy? Yeah, that's actually not a bad call. Vegas and New York both like Embassy. I think it'll be like a hotel Embassy maybe. Hydro? You think Hydro's going to be there? I don't fucking know. But yeah, I see Thieves. 3-0 is a little harsh. 3-0 is a little harsh, but I do see Thieves winning this series pretty dominantly. Thieves have yet to lose a map against Røkkr this year. They're 12-0 map count against them. You got to think that the narrative keeps on going. It's happening so consistently that I feel like it's just going to happen again. You know, like I feel like they're going to 3-0 here. This is where things get interesting. We see Surge play FaZe in the online quals, and they slam them. They slam FaZe. Are they going to do it again, though? That is the question. Are they going to do that shit again? I don't think they're going to slam them again, especially not in local area. I don't give a fuck. We talk about it all the time. I don't give a fuck how FaZe looks online. FaZe on LAN, you are coming into that series and you are locked because they are a threat to anybody on LAN. I don't give a fuck how they look. I think FaZe is a threat to OpTic right now. They're just always a dangerous LAN team. And FaZe always goes 3-2 in the online quals. They always go 3-2. Every online qualifier. And they went 3-2 again. FaZe can't beat OpTic. Don't say that. Because if they match up at the tournament, I have OpTic as the favorite, obviously. But if you're telling me that FaZe has zero chance of beating OpTic or fucking with OpTic, then you're just delusional. But I don't even think we really have to worry about FaZe. I think we have to worry more about Surge than we do FaZe. I got Surge 3-1ing this series. I think Surge and Respawn looks infinitely better. I think FaZe might take the Search and Destroy. I got Surge 3-1ing this series. I think Surge are a top three threat at the major right now. Top 3 threat, Surge. They look good. You're delusional? Hey, call me faded. Whatever the fuck you want. Dude, Surge just slammed FaZe. Yes, it's online, but Surge looks very good at the moment. They look good. You can't deny that. Surge looks fucking good. It's a hard one to predict. I think Seattle's going to win it. This is where things also get interesting. We got Ultra versus Boston. Does Toronto bounce back? They have a very rough stage in terms of their record. They had some close matches, though. I think they went map 5 in 3 of their 5 matches. 3 of their 4 losses, at least. They go map 5. Do they bounce back at the major? They are defending champions of Major 3. Do they bounce back against Boston? I think yes. I think Toronto are going to beat Boston. I think this is going to be a 3-2, though. I think this is going to go down to the wire. And this is going to be something that propels Ultra to maybe give them that extra oomph to maybe make that loser's bracket run. Because I think Ultra is going to make a pretty decent run at the tournament. Or they could get bounced by Boston. I mean, shit, if Boston upsets OpTic, it could be a Toronto versus OpTic losers round 1, which would be insane. But I don't think Boston's going to beat OpTic. They could, but I don't think they will. But I got Toronto winning this in a 3-2 fashion. I think it's going to be a close series. I think they got this one. Next up, we got New York versus Florida. I'll give Florida a map here. I just think New York in respawns is too strong. Florida has a chance in the search. I just think New York's too strong in response for Florida right now. I can see Florida maybe going to game 5. And if it goes game 5, it gets scary. But right now, I do have New York 3-1ing Florida. They just... I don't give them much of a chance in that series, unfortunately for them. But prove me wrong. That's the thing about majors. Yeah, that's the thing. Let's see an upset. That's the thing about majors. You get to the major, you don't know how you're going to play, especially in that losers bracket. If New York loses to Vegas, how's their mental going to be going down into the losers bracket? There's so many factors that play into it. Ravens versus the Røkkr. Ravens? People are saying Ravens? Am I faded for thinking the Ravens win? Not entirely. Minnesota has been like up and down, I feel like. I feel like London, if they're going to beat a team right now, it's Minnesota. Like one of the like mid-level teams. I feel like they've just kind of been all over the place, so this is a pretty hard one to call. London's been consistently bad throughout the stage. But if they're going to beat a mid-level team, I could see them beating Røkkr. But I don't have that happening. I'm going to go 3-2 in this series. I think Røkkr closed this one out. Might be close. But I think Røkkr still win this. I just think London, would they go 1-4 online? I hope London starts to find some traction because they just haven't been doing good. They haven't been looking good. And I say it all the time. I know how taxing that probably is on the players' mentals, so I hope they have like a small W coming their way soon. You know what I'm saying? And this is also huge for Minnesota. If Minnesota loses and they go 2-out, or Vegas, the opportunity for either of those teams to jump up into the standings it's big here. This is a very big event for Minnesota and Vegas. Obviously, the rest of the teams competing want to win, but those two teams specifically, they're tied in the race right now. They need wins. Right here, I'll give Gorillas a map. I don't think it's going to be a 3-0, but I don't see Gorillas beating FaZe. I just don't. Gorillas' strong suit was hard points whenever their team first formed. They haven't looked good in hard points since. I can't see them beat. But also FaZe has been struggling in hard points as well. But still, I mean, FaZe versus LAG in hard point, I give the edge to FaZe. I think they're going to win. FaZe is the better search team and the better control team. I just have them winning that series. This, OpTic versus Vegas. Am I crazy to think this might go last map and it's going to be a grueler? Am I crazy to think that? Standy has looked very good, and he's elevated Tej. And Vegas is good at search. Actually, no. We're going to go here because Vegas just can't win a control, dude. I don't see him winning I think if they were to play Vegas, depending on maps, obviously, OpTic wins hardpoint. OpTic wins control. The only chance Vegas has is through the searches. Vegas is like 5-30 in control. Against like OpTic right now in their current form, to not be good at the swing mode and control is like devastating. I feel like it's just devastating. I feel like Vegas 3-1 here. They could steal a hard point, don't get me wrong. I mean, OpTic looks great. They're not fucking invincible. I could see a 3-2 though. I could see a 3-2. And if it goes 3-2, we're all going to be fucking clenched. But I could see a 3-2 because imagine Vegas steals a hard point or they win the control on some crazy shit. Vegas is very good at search. You never know. I could see a 3-2. Hopefully it doesn't go last map for OpTic's sake, just because I don't want to see them play Game 5 versus Legion, because Vegas is pretty solid in Game 5, is pretty solid in S&D in general. Next, we've got Thieves versus Surge. This is a hard one. I think this one's harder to predict than Surge versus FaZe right now. Because I think right now, the the level, the order of teams like in line to win this tournament is OpTic first, Thieves second, Surge third. That's like my 1 through 3. Yeah, Kenny's been playing well. But Surge has been looking good too. Surge has been looking good. You can't deny the fact that Surge has been looking good. Sam's been insane. That's true. Sam's been insane. Kenny's been playing well. And if Sam and Kenny are playing well consistently, I feel like Thieves are scary. Because then you have Dylan and Draza. Like just two ratty, fucking annoying players to play against. I'm going to give this series to Thieves here. I think Thieves OpTic is going to be the winner's final. I think it goes game 5. I think Thieves take it in 5. But I mean, shit. Surges look good. I'm gonna stick with that. I think Thieves is gonna win that series. It might not go game 5. Might be a 3-1, but Surge has looked pretty scary. OpTic smoke Thieves. Dude. Watch what you watch. Just watch what you put out into the universe. Because Thieves OpTic is always a good match. Next up, we've got MN FaZe, 3-1 FaZe. I don't see MN winning this series either. I just don't. I think FaZe's losers bracket run is honestly pretty easy to go. I think we're gonna see FaZe back in the loser semifinal. All right, next we got Toronto, New York. This is another hard one. I see Toronto making a pretty sizable run, though. But I'm gonna go 3. Dude, wait. This one's fucking hard. Because Toronto is either going to come out and they're going to lose a game 5, or they're going to come out and they're going to look different. There's like no in between, I feel like, with these guys. If Toronto doesn't come out looking different, I have them losing in one of these two series. I don't know which one it's going to be, but they got to come out and look fucking different if we're talking about that. I'm going to go 3-1 Toronto. I still think Toronto wins this series. I still think Toronto wins this. New York has looked good, though. New York has looked solid. New York is a dark horse team at this tournament. New York, Vegas, even Boston. Boston, I don't know. I feel like Boston, I don't know what's going wrong for them. They're like outslaying it. I don't know. The script is set. Surge winning. Yeah, the script is actually kind of fucking crazy. Because we talked about it on the breakdown. Surge is in the exact same position they were last year, where they got second. They got last, 9th through 12th at the second tournament. Then they got 5th, 6th, and then they won. And they're on the same trajectory, literally the exact same placings this year. So if they win, it's just straight up a fate win. It's literally a fate win. It's just meant to be. Formal will tell you all about it. It's just written in the stars. If they win, it was just meant to be. Right here, I got Seattle beating Toronto in a game 5. I think this is where Toronto's run ends. Might be a nail biter. Seattle, again, one of my top teams at the tournament right now. You have basically no 3-0s inaccurate. Well, there's no way to be completely accurate. This is a mock bracket. And I honestly, we haven't. Actually, that's not true. We saw 3 3-0s in the last day. But next up, we've got OpTic Thieves. You know how hard it is to call slammage 3-0s in a bracket? I feel like it's so hard to call 3-0s. Like, let's look at these series. Like, this could be a 3-0. This could be a 3-0. Especially in this game, dude. It's like this game is the hardest. This game has been the hardest Call of Duty, I feel like, to actually call correctly. Like, you just never know what the fuck is gonna happen. The skill gap is so low. You just don't know. Okay, moving on. I'm not even being biased. Is it crazy for me to think that OpTic is going to slam Thieves in the winners final and then Thieves are going to come back to the grand final and it's going to be a close series? I think OpTic might slam me in the winners final, but then the grand final is going to be an absolute grueler. Slam Thieves, but not Boston, dude. Something about Boston, dude. They beat us in the first round of the last major, and then we go on to make a run. These guys scare me when they play OpTic. This team is scary. Let's not get fucking. This team is scary when they're playing OpTic. Yes, OpTic has looked great. Fantastic. But it's not like they're unfuckwithable. You know what I'm saying? Like, people might still fuck with them. It is land. You know, like, these teams are all pretty fucking. There's discrepancies, and there's obviously a gap, but it's not that big. OpTic has won 8 hard or 10 hard points in a row, or what is it? 10 hard points in a row? 10 hard points in a row is kind of fucking crazy. But that was also, I don't know. I was online. It's hard to call. But I have OpTic Texas slamming Thieves, slamming them in the winners final. Giving them that slammy. Surge versus FaZe. What did I call in the first series? 3-1? Dude, this one's hard. This one is hard. If they match back up, this one is hard. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go 3-2 FaZe. I think FaZe is going to get it done in the searches against them. Call me crazy. I think FaZe is going to get it done in the searches against Seattle, and they're going to steal a respawn. It's crazy to say that FaZe is going to steal a respawn. But off Seattle, I think that's what they have to do. I think they have to win the searches and steal a respawn. FaZe beat Surge last major. Yeah, in a round 11 crazy fashion where Simp hip fires Pred, bottom orange, popping dead silence. Like, you obviously it's a loss, but that is a crazy way to lose. You know what I'm saying? That was a crazy series. Honestly, I kind of want this to happen. I'd rather us play FaZe, which I I'd rather us play FaZe than Surge right now. Just being straight up. Because FaZe can get it done in the searches, whereas Seattle, I'd rather play FaZe than Surge. Because I think FaZe would be the easier match for OpTic. Next up, we've got Thieves versus FaZe. I think Thieves are going to be in the grand final with OpTic. I think they both look the best right now. And I might go slammage here as well. I might go slammage. Nah, we'll throw him one map. We'll throw him one map. If they get 3-0'd, I'd be fucking mind blown, bro. In a loser's final. And honestly, FaZe they might not even make it this far. Dude, this major is very, very, very hard to call. Because all of the teams have shifted around so much. Like Toronto just won and they're in losers. Like this shit is hard to call. I think OpTic win 4-2. I think OpTic win 4-2. And they take the tournament. But it's going to be a grueler 4-2. Grueler 4-2. Every map's going to be close. Like, it's going to be a tough series. Biased? No, dude, even if I wasn't on OpTic, I think they're the clear front runners for this tournament. Can I put the link to make the bracket? I don't know if this will link to like my fucking bracket. I don't know how that'll work, but if you guys want to make your own brackets, there you go. Now let me just go over this. Cuz I'm actually going to save these this time and see how I do. If they don't win now, I think this is their time to win right here. They got second last event. They hit new form throughout the online qualifier. I think this is their event. Dude, see, this is where everything, dude. Like, I guarantee you there's going to be an upset in one of these three series. Maybe not guarantee, but like, I feel like London might beat Røkkr. Like, there's a chance they beat Røkkr. There's a good chance. This series scares me. Call it then? Fuck it then. Biggest dark horse, Vegas. Vegas is the biggest dark horse in the tournament. I think Vegas better than FaZe. FaZe is better at control. Probably better at search. Probably close to even in hardpoint, maybe. I don't know. Vegas hasn't really looked that great in hardpoint, but FaZe has also not looked that good at hardpoint. FaZe is like 4-12 in hardpoints or some shit. 4-13, something like that. I don't know the exact stat off the top of my head. But in 2, 3, and 5, I would give the advantage to FaZe. FaZe is not winning it all. No, I do not have them winning it all. Dude, I could see fucking slammage here. I don't know. I could see slammage in so many of these series. It's like, it's honestly not good. It's not good. Oh, Swap, thank you for the 3. Gim with the 11, thank you. Goofy, Yona, thank y'all for the primes. Tortoise, thank you for the gift. OG, thank you for the prime. Envy, CEO, thank you for the tier 1, baby. Ying with the 47, Hal with the 32, Lumpy with the 3, Snack with the 3, King Drowsy with the 3. Thank y'all very much. I think NYSL lose to Vegas. I do think they lose to Vegas. I could see it. And I mean, this is just such a good road for OpTic. I can't remember the last road that OpTic has had where they like haven't had to play Thieves or FaZe or Surge or just like somebody that's scary. You know what I'm saying? Like the scariest team here for like OpTic is probably like New York. Dude, this one is what I'm stuck on before I submit it. Imagine, bro. Flip a coin on it, bro. I might have to. I can't decide. But then if that happens, I have this happening. Fame is a animal? Is that right? Dude, why do I feel like these fools are going to beat Røkkr, dude? I mean, think about the storylines in this series. You got Afro, ex-teammate of the Ravens. Scump be twirling his hair to this song in the shower? Dude, what hair do I have to twirl? Guy acts like I got a ponytail. Yo, Bram with the 2 months, thank you. Alec revenge on FaZe? No. Yeah, I feel like I'm at a fucking roulette table right now, like trying to pick a number, bro. I just can't decide on one. I'm gonna lock it in. I think I'm gonna lock this in. Oh, I'm gonna lock it in, I think. I accept a contract from FaZe for Flex. No. I like my content creator contract. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm cool to lock this in, bro. I think I might be cool to lock this in. I'm a little bit scared about some of these, because I do think there are going to be more 3-0s than this. They're just impossible to call. Like, where the fuck do you call 3-0s here? LAT winning? I mean, shit. I can see it. I could see like 4 different teams winning, like I said. Breach is a 3-0 versus us, like in the favor of Breach? Or you're saying we're going to 3-0 Breach? I'm about to lock this in. Favor of OG? You're not going to give Boston one? I think Boston might take a map. This is like my big upset, I guess. I don't see Mutineers upsetting New York. And I don't see LAG upsetting FaZe. I guess, I don't know. Do we consider, just because of how Vegas has been, do we consider Vegas beating New York an upset? You can't, right? You got to think of the present. You can't think about the past. It's not really an upset, I don't think, but I guess it could be like... I'm locking it in, man. Fuck. It's going to do so bad, but fuck it. It's going to do so bad, but fuck it. It's locked in, bro. I think let's see. Let's come back to that after and see how good my bracket looks. It's fun either way. Yeah, it's all for fun. There's so many things that could happen. I mean, you just don't know.